What is going on, everybody? It is Saturday night, and it is the Huddle with Zach and I. How you doing, everybody? What's up, Zach?
Oh, we're here. It's Saturday. We have made it once again. Another week has passed. And nothing
Indeed.
catastrophic has happened that I can remember.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's always a bonus sometimes.
Usually.
Yeah. We got a couple in the chat already. What's up, Dewey? How you doing? And we got Robert. What's up, Robert?
Pops.
Yes, Gramps, Pops. Hi, AKA everything else.
AKA all of the above.
Goza, what's going on?
Goza? What's
How's,
up, brother?
Yeah, hopefully everything's well with your girlfriend's family. And there's we got some TTM returns to talk about that we sent out before, and we got some back, and good to share that. And we also have some packs to open up, and a little bit of movement in the NFL this week, and talk a little bit about that.
It's starting to get the slow period before the draft.
Yeah, all the draft times. What day is the draft again? I forget. April
24th of April?
That's coming up.
Whatever that Thursday is. Hold on. The 23rd. So we're under a month.
Yeah. That's not bad. Yeah, it's definitely everybody just waiting to get that over with, I suppose, huh?
Well, that's what it is. You know, at this point, like the people that have signed their free agents have. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Gaza.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's too bad. Condolences to her family and you. Yeah.
Like the people that have made their moves have made their moves. There's not much left to pick from, so now it's like wait till the draft and then go back to the scrap heap.
Right. Maybe do some more trading after the draft, or.
Yeah, because there's that weird period of like usually 3 to 5 days after the draft when everything is just haywire.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Yeah, man, that's definitely too bad. But let's see here. Let's get on to might as well show some TTMs, then we'll get into some packs, and then we'll talk about what's happening in the NFL.
Many things.
Let's see. There we go. Let's do this. There, and we'll add a couple cameras here really quick. A little bit slower than normal.
Holy God.
Ta-da!
There. I was looking at the checklist.
Nice. He's got a mega box, and I got some TTMs, and we will see what we got here. We'll go and get this. Let's see which one goes big. Ooh, Zach's big.
Good God.
There we go. First one is from Memphis, Tennessee, and it took about 10 days to get returned. Sent it out on the 2nd and got it back on the 12th. To Memphis, Tennessee. And it is football. And I saved the football ones for the Saturday show.
Memphis.
And let's see. There he is.
Oh, nice. John
Outlaw.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet. He had some other cool cards as well, but this is the only one I had.
That is like disturbingly airbrush.
Definitely. Yeah, that is definitely really weirdly airbrushed. But you get the little ink down there. Hey, kind of hard to see on the green, but yeah, it works there. And did not know what he likes to eat.
That's right. You recycle the card.
Right. So yeah. Anyways, we got the card back signed, and that's awesome. So
hey,
Mr. Outlaw. Get some Outlaw ink. There we go.
I know that's a good one. And it's all name team worthy.
Yes, definitely. And this one I sent out February 19th and got back the 12th of March. And it is from Denver, Colorado. Let's see here. Nothing left. And
Oh, nice.
We get old Carl Mecklenburg.
He's a good linebacker. Pretty good linebacker.
Yeah. I did get 3. I did send off 3, so we got 3 for 3 on this. So that looks nice. Got the nice skinny Sharpie on there. Got him on the score. And on the Fleer. Look at that. That's just huge with the pads on.
I was going to say that's the era of the giant shoulder pads.
My mom had some that looked about like that when she wore her blazer.
Oh man, that was the days.
And he too did not want to know what was going on. So it works, right? And get that off to the next guy. And next one took 10 days as well.
Ooh.
Got 3.6 and 3.16 on the return. And it is from Charleston, South Carolina. And we get old John Smith.
Hey, John Smith. I got him back. He's a real good signer.
Yeah, and apparently he was a wrestler too, because when I was looking at his returns, so he signed that old John Smith. I want to say it was an Olympic wrestler. Autograph.
Did not know that.
So I don't know if it's the same guy, but somebody else, he signed it. So it was underneath him on the sports card forum. So I was trying to look for that. I couldn't find the wrestling one because that'd be kind of cool too.
Yeah, let's see. Interesting.
But he did answer. He likes to eat steak and potatoes, which is very good. I like that. And who brought the best in you, whether as a teammate or opponent? Who brought out the best in you? And he said Steve Grogan and Fairbanks and Peter Hadley.
Peter. Yeah.
Team manager.
Team interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
So that was pretty sweet. But yeah. John Smith. So I got to keep an eye out for that.
Ever.
All right. So I got to keep an eye out for that wrestling card of his.
Yeah.
So that is all my returns and all that. And
it's nice when they come back fast like that.
Yeah, I like that. Because I got a stack of addresses and names up there that I haven't got back yet. And I'm like, oh man, come on.
Oh yeah, you should see the folder I have of stuff waiting to come back.
Oh, I bet you got a lot out there. But let's see here. Should we open a Pro Set pack up really quick, and then we'll get to your mega box?
Yeah, sure. I'll do figure 2 of them. It'll get us a couple of weeks since there's 8 packs in there.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we got this Pro Set. Oh, there we go. Grabbed a Pro Set. I meant to get the platinum, but that one works too. You got platinum, and see what kind of awesome TTM action we can get out of these packs.
That's the thing, because they're fantastic for it. I'll put you up there.
What's up, Budget? Brian, how you doing?
Ryan.
There we go. We get Bart Oates.
I've tried to get him to sign, but I don't think he does.
No?
I haven't seen one.
And we got Ed Reynolds. That'd be a nice card to get.
Yeah, a lot of clean space.
Yeah, there is. Hostetler.
Let's go.
There you go. Old Green. Eric Green.
The big bird.
Nice.
I've sent to him, never heard back.
Oh, man. Because that looked pretty sweet to get autographed.
Yeah, I think I actually sent him that one.
We got Rich Kotite.
Oh, my God.
I wonder if he signs. That'd be cool to get some of these coach cards signed.
Yeah.
Or if they're even still around. Like some of them were pretty old back then. So
think Kotite's still around. Let's see, Rich. Yeah, he's still around. He is getting up there. He is 83.
Huh.
Let's see if he signs real quick. Talk amongst yourselves. Rich Kotite.
Got some coffee again. Couldn't help it. I couldn't give it up. It's one of those things.
He's signed in the past, but doesn't look like anybody's tried him in several years.
Huh.
And that's the reason why it looks like some people don't sign is just nobody's ever tried him.
Well, maybe I'll set that off to the side and see if we can't get. Might as well, right? What do we got to lose? A couple stamps. Gets returned.
Right, you're out you're out 2 stamps and a 25-cent card.
Right. You got Fred Barnett. Eagles were good back in the day, huh? You probably don't want to talk about how good the
Wendell Cunningham and all that.
Yeah.
They were.
They're all right. I mean, I say good because I was watching Seattle play, so I had Seattle to compare to, so they were good back in the day.
Well, yeah, Seattle in the 90s wasn't very good.
No, not at all. I grew up with watching them and getting disappointed every year.
Well, I mean, the Steelers in the 80s weren't much better.
Yeah, we got some Saints action here. Ruben Mays. Always like the Saints uniforms.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Redskins, I see that they have a big announcement coming up, something to do with their uniforms. A lot of the talks are that they might be bringing old Chief back or their Redskins.
Well, they should. There was nothing wrong with it. Just change the name,
right?
But keep the logo.
Right. There's old Seth Joyner.
I think his kid's playing in the NFL now.
I was going to say, that sounds familiar. I mean, I knew it from back in the day, but there's probably a lot of different Joiners in different sports.
Yeah.
I think. Got old Dick Jorgensen.
I got a couple of those referee cards signed. I think the problem is most of them are gone now.
Yeah, the referees growing up were definitely elderly.
Yeah, like they were in their 50s and 60s back, 30 some years ago.
Right. You don't have the in shape type referees you have nowadays running all up and down the field back and forth. And
yeah.
You got Mark Carrier. Bears. Ooh, there we go.
Hey,
Rocket.
Send that one off.
He's a great signer. Yeah, he's a great signer.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I think I ended up sending this one off. I got this one signed. That, and I sent not US Canadian CFL.
Oh, the CFL. Yeah, I got a couple of his CFL cards signed.
There we go. There's a Falcons outshoot Oilers.
Yeah, that's actually the coach in the foreground there is Jerry Glanville. I actually got him to sign.
Oh, nice. That'd be cool.
He's the one that traded Brett Favre to the Packers because he said he wasn't going to be very good. Because don't forget, the Falcons drafted Brett Favre.
That's right. That is right. Yeah, his rookie card, him sitting on the bench on Falcons.
Yeah.
And who's that? Epson? Not Epson. Thompson. Raina
Thompson.
Can't say I remember him.
Me either.
And
World League.
John Carter. A lot of movies after him. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
And
propaganda.
Pro Bowl action. But yeah, not bad. Should we open up the second pack or get to what you got going on?
Well, I'll do one and then you do one. Do we want to start off with Tyreek Funderburk?
I love it.
Or the next level that has Bo Nix in it?
Well, why not Funkerburger? I just like to say Funkerburger.
And we'll see what's in there. And again, there's going to be 4 autos somewhere in these 8 packs. We'll see if I get one out of one of these 2. And they have a couple of different finishes. Oh, we do have an autograph in that pack.
Oh, nice.
All right, so we got Tyrick Funderburk. I do not know what college that is. Appalachian State.
Huh.
Could not have told you that if my life depended on it. Ennis Rakestraw? No idea. Where'd you go to school? Missouri.
Missouri.
Save it for Julie. She likes Missouri. Chop Robinson. Okay. I know he went to Penn State. He's playing-ish.
Nice.
I like these. These are the all-rookie teams. This is Dallas Turner. I think it's Alabama. Shane Hooks. Auburn. Really? That's Auburn? I thought they were white. Xavier Worthy. He's a good one.
I recognize that one.
And then we got the purple finish. Chris Braswell. Alabama. Isaiah Davis. Toledo. South Dakota State. Let's go Jackrabbits. Dorian Singer. That would be USC. Darren Granger. Malachi Corley. Okay, here's our auto.
Oh.
Well, he's got the ball hooked. Okay, there we go. Anthony Gould, wide receiver out of Oregon State.
Let's go Ducks.
Anthony Gould. Let's see. Anthony Gould. All right, let's see what he's doing. Okay, Anthony Gould, drafted 5th round in 2024. Wait, am I actually on there? Yeah, drafted 5th round in 2024 by the Indianapolis Colts, and he is still on the team for them.
Nice. I think I said the wrong college.
All right.
Because they're not the Ducks, are they?
Oh, no, Oregon State are the Beavers.
Beavers, that's right. I always get those two mixed up.
All right.
Nice.
Well, we got one.
Well, you got an auto. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what's in this other.
Want me to do the other one?
Yeah, we'll swap it back.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll swap it back.
Ooh, 91. Okay, 91. What was in 91? I can't remember. I think more of the World League stuff should be in there.
Yeah, we got more World League action. And
I got a couple of them signed, and they look great signed.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be fun to get some of those signed.
Especially because the uniform colors on a lot of those teams are just ungodly bright. Speaking of the devil, the Montreal
there you go,
Machine.
old Sweeney. It's not Todd Sweeney. It's his brother Kevin.
Right.
Dad jokes. I love dad jokes. And we got Bart Oates.
Uh-oh.
Bart Oates. There's old Shane Conlon.
Okay, I was going to say we started off the last pack with him.
Bart Oates? We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
I think Shane Conlon signs.
Right on. We'll put that off to the side just in case. Here we go.
Excuse me.
Bengals head coach Sam Wyche.
I think it was Wyche. I think he's passed. I think. I remember seeing that. Sam Wyche. Yeah, he died a few years ago. That would have been a good one.
It looks nice. Got James William.
Never heard of him.
John Taylor.
He was pretty good.
Yeah. We got Andre Collins.
I remember the name.
And Keith Van Horn. Got some Seattle's going on.
Let's go.
And Henry Thomas for the Vikings. And Jesse Small. I miss the custom visors. When they're allowed to do the custom visors, I miss that.
Yeah, because there was that era in the late '90s and the '90s and the early 2000s when all of them had the tinted visors.
Yep. I thought that was kind of cool. It was like give them a little bit of swag out there or something.
Can't do that no more.
Got Mike Merriweather. And there's old Derek Thomas.
That guy was so good.
Yeah, 1990 sack leader. And of course, it figures he's plowing over a Seattle Seahawks player.
Looks like Dave Craig.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's name down there. Yeah, number 17. Just smashing them. Let's see who we got here. Super Bowl Teleclinic Newsreel. Here we go. Warren Moon.
Yeah, Warren Moon. Who is next to him?
Yeah, I don't recognize him.
No. Huh.
Yeah.
That's definitely Warren Moon in the center.
Definitely. Though. And let's see here. We get Super Bowl replay. Bars Field. Goal decisive. And we get that guy. Want to say Vikings?
Right.
Randall McDaniel.
I was going to say, it looks like Randall McDaniel. He was a really good lineman.
Here's old Mouse for the Knights. Mouse Davis.
Is he alive? Mouse Davis. Yeah, he is still alive. Wow, he's getting old.
Huh. New York, New Jersey Knights. They don't share. Does New York and New Jersey share any teams now? Or are they all Mets and Yankees and
No, they're all labeled the same. There is no combo team. There's like, the Islanders, the Rangers, then there's the Devils, and then football technically the New York Giants and Jets, but they're actually in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Good old Meadowlands. All right, so we're starting off this one at least good because we got a next level of Bo Nix.
Yeah, he's on Denver, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how many people are going to be Bo leaving much more, but all right, we don't have an autograph in this one, but we have an insert. So we got next level Bo Nix. All right, who do we got? Let's get some big rookies. Andre Sam. No. Nate Wiggins sounds familiar.
Wiggins.
Clemson? Yeah, Clemson. Okay. He's not bad. Xavier Legette. I know that name. I think he was a first rounder. Colin Schlee. We got a purple next level of Travion Henderson. That's a good one. He is in New England, I think. Yeah, New England.
Okay.
Marist Liufau. Joe Milton.
The third.
Yeah, he is. Where is he now? Isn't he in Seattle?
Maybe, but I don't think so. I don't know.
Devin Carter. Here's the insert. Keon Coleman, the peak performance.
That's kind of cool looking.
He's got a little bit of a thicker stock to him. And Jordan Whittington. And Cornelius Johnson. All right, where's Joe Milton these days? Is he in New England still? No, he's in Dallas. Yeah, he started with New England and then he went to Dallas. Okay. Well, there you go. At least I got an auto out of it.
Yeah, not bad.
Auto and a purple peak performance of Keon Coleman.
Peak performance.
Where's Keon? Keon Coleman's doing something. Keon Coleman. He was drafted second round by the Bills, which is where he still is.
By the Bills.
So I'll take second round insert, and what was Gould, fifth round auto? We'll take it, and we will see what happens next episode with two more packs.
Yes. All right. Let's get into. I think I
broke the universe.
Oh yes. This one you'll like this little video, little montage thing you'll do. This one super cheese. So I I saw it and I'm like, okay, I can't make it do another one. We're keeping this. So here we go. Let's check this out.
Nobody plays Smashmouth football like Pittsburgh. These backs are signed and ready to run through any.
What in the cornbread hell was that?
It wasn't even close.
You know, it was there. This is why AI is failing kids.
I thought it was so great. I'm like, at first I was a little pissed. I'm like, what are you even
No, you know
thinking?
what? No. At that point, it's like, you know what? Screw it.
It was just so bad. But we got this Pittsburgh. They ended up picking up what was that, Michael Pittman Jr. and let's see, with one other one. What was it?
Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, that's right, Dowdle.
Which I'm good with, because if you watched his season last year, he really started picking it up near the end of the season. So he was catching stride, and it's like, you know what? I'll take him.
That's not bad. Do you think they still have that QB? He's still there. And do you think they're going to keep old aging Rodgers?
I mean, I think they haven't re-signed him. He's still technically a free agent.
Ah, that's right. That is true.
Because they only had him on the 1-year deal.
Yeah, so they're going to let him walk on the free agency, or
I would
get a QB and
screw it. No, they're probably no, because there's still the rumors that they were going to trade for Kirk Cousins.
Ah, yes.
You know, because we need the ancient quarterback, and somebody already, you know, Andy Dalton already signed with the Eagles.
That's right. Kyler Murray's he signed. You can't take him.
Don't want him.
Yeah, Tua's gone too. He signed.
Don't want him either.
You definitely don't want Tua.
Don't want any of them. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's been some grumblings that they're going to bring in some extra people just to work them out. It's like, okay, we'll bring in Kirk Cousins. Might as well at this point. They'll call Phillip Rivers. I don't care.
Right, get him out of retirement or whatever.
I would drive back to Pittsburgh for a game if Phillip Rivers was playing for the Steelers.
That would be pretty cool. That would be fun.
Garrett, I would 100% do that.
And let's see. JSN and Seattle, they did make a deal. It was
they
huge.
Did a thing. What they did.
They did a huge thing, which is very uncharacteristic for Seattle to do something that big. And I think they're going to be paying for it and trying to be making up for it here in trades coming forward. And they signed. Yeah,
I guess it depends on what kind of season JSN has this year. If he craps the bed, they're really screwed.
Right? Yeah, I'm hoping that it continues. That his haul of not home runs, but touchdowns. Or sorry,
I don't think he's in any danger of slipping. I think if anything, he's going to get better.
I think so, especially with comparing him with Shaheed Rashid.
Is he going to be the number 2 receiver? Who else do they have?
I think him and Bobo, and they got Charbonnet, but he's not a receiver.
No, he's a running back.
Yeah,
they have somebody else. Who is it?
Yeah, who is the other? Can't think of him.
Hang on. Seattle Seahawks depth chart.
Yeah, you'll probably find it faster than me.
Trust me, I know where to look. I search for stuff like this all the time, so I know exactly how to do it. I mean, technically, they still do or have Cooper Kupp, technically. But I wouldn't, bet much on
that's true. I wasn't as much talk as was around Cooper Kupp. I wasn't that impressed with him.
He had his moment in the sun.
He was good, but he wasn't like, okay, I'm so glad that we picked him up. But
Yeah.
Just kind of. I'm glad he's there because he didn't suck, so that's good.
No, he's a handy number 2 receiver. So I think that receiver core, JSN, Cup, if he sticks around, which I think he is.
Yeah, he likes it. I think he's from Seattle. I think Cup is from Seattle or something like that.
Yeah.
Or he went to UW. I don't know.
No, Cup went to some smaller college. I remember. Let's see, Cooper Cup. That's it. Smaller. He went to Eastern Washington.
Ah, that's right. Because I know there's something to do with that Washington something.
Yeah, he was born in Yakima.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, born in Yakima, went to Eastern Washington.
Yeah, he went to high school and played football in there. Yeah, up there. Yeah, so.
Well, there you go. Now he's home.
Yeah, so I don't think he's leaving. Yeah. And what was that? 142 million or something like that?
42 or something. Yeah. But let's not forget also that we have to throw a little bone to the tight end they have, that AJ Barner. He's going to be pretty handy. He was very good last year.
Yes, and they did end up signing a lot of their linemen again, offensive and defensive. So I'm glad.
That's why I wasn't so. I actually approved of the fact that they let, as you were as well, on second glance, like, okay, not a bad thing that they let K9 walk.
Yeah, especially for how much he was asking.
Right, and the money that they saved, they were able to sign a lot of key players. So it's like, you know what? And Charbonnet is there, and you and I were talking backstage about the potential of them trading off their first-round draft pick, which for the non-insane football fans like I am, there's 32 rounds or 32 picks in the first round of the draft. Supposed to be one for each team, but with trades and whatnot. But the winner of the Super Bowl predominantly gets the 32nd or last pick. And in Seattle's case, since they own that pick, trading it for 2 second-rounders or a second-rounder and a third-rounder wouldn't be a bad idea because there's nothing they really need in the first round.
Right. It's not like they're hurting for a QB or they need a wide receiver or linebacker or whatever.
They've got a star number 1 receiver. They've got their quarterback in place. They've got a really good tight end. They've got a pretty solid defense. So get 2 second-rounders. You can pick up a decent running back in the third round. You can get a good linebacker or cornerback in the high second. I think if they do that, I think that's the smartest move they could possibly make. Yeah.
And I just hope that Charbonnet recoups quickly.
He'll be fine.
I hope he recoups quickly. And
exactly. Drop back and get more depth pieces because, in all honesty, for a team like Seattle, an additional second or third round draft pick is much more valuable than the 32nd pick in the first round.
Yeah. Definitely, especially when you're that close to being second round anyway. So it's like, what's one position?
Right, exactly. Yeah, like, because you think about it, it's like, what's the difference between 32nd and 33rd? Literally one pick. But because there's only 32 teams, it's somehow worse.
Right. So, yeah, I think that would be pretty smart if they can work something good out with that. And
the thing is, there's going to be a team that's going to do it. I can guarantee you
totally
that there's going to be at least 3 or 4 teams that would fight for that pick.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll see.
Yeah. Right budget. Yeah, there you go. But let's see. Yeah, that works out that $112 million.
Like $3 million a year.
Ravens sign in. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
The JSN thing. Didn't you say it worked out like $42 million a year or something?
Yeah, 42 and a half, I think, something like that. But that's
a lot of money.
insane.
You know what?
Yeah,
that's a lot of money. But but it could pay off in a big way.
I hope so, because that's definitely uncharacteristic of Seattle or any Seattle team to do. But I'm glad that they did it, and hopefully this is a turnaround of what they're going to do, and they won't be afraid to throw down some big money on some players that they need instead of just letting them go and going with somebody else. So,
right. I mean, they lost, obviously, when you're the defending Super Bowl champions, you're going to lose a lot. You're going to lose a lot of players. You're going to lose a lot of coaching staff. But honestly, all things considered, Seattle came out of it relatively unscathed.
Yeah, exactly. If that K9 is like the worst one that we got rid of, or not worst, but I mean,
like the biggest thing. Well, I'd say if they can weather the storm of losing him and their offensive and defensive coordinators, they should be okay.
Yeah, well, especially because K9 wasn't really a thing until Charbonnet got hurt. And I mean, he did play,
right? And then he stepped up. But for the time being, I remember all the hype K9 came in with, and then this year I was like, man, he is really not living up to it.
Right. So, yeah, at first I was like, oh, come on, you guys serious? But I mean, to be able to take the MVP, your Super Bowl MVP, I mean, that's a lot of what I'm looking for the word, not clout, but tradability to be able to.
Yes, that it makes you very enticing for a trade. And you know what? Seattle didn't bite, and nor should they have. I think they made the right move.
Yeah, and good for K9 too. I mean, shoot, why not?
Well, that's the thing. You know what? He had a great second half of the season, a great playoffs. Get your money, kid, because the average NFL career, do not forget, is 2.8 years. So you're on borrowed time.
So yeah, so why not, man? Get it while you can. If the offer's there, man, take it. But let's see here. We got right. Let's see. We talked about Steelers earlier, and Mike McCarthy, DK Metcalf, and Michael Pittman Jr. They could be arguably the most physical, bruising, wide receiving duo in the league, is what some are saying. The Smashmouth identity.
I mean, potentially. I mean, I am all for Michael Pittman. DK Metcalf remains to be seen what happens with his idiocy.
Yeah, he made a couple bad decisions there, and hasn't really been living up to the trade. I've noticed that after Seattle has traded off somebody like Russell Wilson and DK, they don't do as well afterwards.
Well, it's the same thing whenever
all their trades.
But it's like whenever the Steelers dump a high-profile receiver. You know, Antonio Brown.
Right.
How that turned out.
Right. So who knows? Hopefully you guys get something out of DK. Hopefully recoup some of that money you guys have been paying him. But
we'll see.
Right.
I mean, technically, if that lawsuit goes through, they could void his contract on a morality clause.
True, huh? Yeah, what'd you say that was, like $100 million lawsuit?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's like it was so clearly a setup, which is why I don't feel bad for him that he fell for it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Him and I was thinking the same thing with Geno Smith and the Raiders when he was flipping off the Raiders fans because they're all yelling at him because he sucks.
Exactly. It's like you know it's a setup. Just be smart. When he retaliates, it's like, okay, well, I feel nothing for him getting named in that lawsuit.
Right. Yeah. I was just disappointed. It's like, oh, come on. You serious? Like, what an idiot. What an idiot.
Yeah. When I saw that, it's like, oh, come on, man. Like, really?
Right?
You couldn't muster up any more self-control than that.
Right. Yeah, so that's crazy. And let's see some of the other veteran moves. We got Ravens signing Trey Hendrickson for a 4-year, $112 million deal.
That's a risk on a guy north of 30 with a bad hip.
And let's see, the Chiefs trading for Justin Fields. And Jets getting Micah Fitzpatrick.
You know that idiot? He came in his press conference and he was like, I don't care where I play. I just want to win the Super Bowl. Oh, you're on the wrong team, sunshine.
Yes. Might want to be a little bit more particular where you go.
Like, sorry to disappoint you, but reality is a thing.
Yeah. Well, it's not the Raiders or the Browns, but.
Wait, what? Didn't Joe Flacco ended up back in Cincinnati?
I think he did. Yeah, I think he did.
He could have come to Pittsburgh and completed the division. You know, I mean, because the more research I've done about it, the more I can find absolutely nobody that has ever played for all 4 teams in the same division in their career.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Flacco has played for 3 of the 4 AFC North teams.
Why not get him on that 4th one?
Seriously, bring him in. You know, and I love Joe Flacco.
Right, just be able to get him that extra little. Joe
Flacco,
and then
he completed the, and plus, could be like the Infinity Stones. What if he comes into Pittsburgh and all of a sudden he transforms into 2008 Joe Flacco and just starts ripping stuff apart again?
Yeah, shoot. Who was that? Who was that one that came out of coaching to come play a couple of games or the game or something last?
Yeah, the guy that almost beat this. With 4 days practice after being retired for 5 years, the guy that almost beat Seattle.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Let's look at that guy.
Hey, you know what?
Good for him, man.
Everybody's like, Phillip Rivers is gonna die. Like, the man finished a game on a torn ACL.
Right.
And then was back to play the next year because it was a playoff game. That's why he finished the game on a torn ACL.
Awesome for him, man. Speaking of retired players and all that kind of stuff, did you watch or anything about the flag football thing?
Yeah, I saw, I think there was only one former professional player that actually made the team.
We had a few on there, I think.
I saw
a couple.
RG3.
Yeah, RG3. There's what was the QB? Brady. Tom Brady is QB. And,
that was in the. I think he was on the other team. He was on the team that got smoked by the actual flag football team.
Yeah, the NFL. Yeah, the flag football people versus.
And that's
the
why
NFL
the guy on the Team USA flag football team said. They have no right to just think that they're going to walk in and take a spot on the team, and they shouldn't. Like, that is, it is not the same game. So,
no,
and they proved it when they smoked. I think they ended up winning by like 70 points or something.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. I was watching some other interviews after that, and a lot of them were saying like we got a lot of respect for those guys because now we didn't know what we were playing when we went into it. Like. Half of them didn't even know.
Right, exactly. Like, so, no, an NFL player cannot just come in and play flag football. These guys, it's an entirely different sport.
Right, different size field, and they're
much different rule base, much different, motions. It's
right when you're used to taking somebody's right when you're used to taking somebody down for a tackle instead of trying to go for a flag, then. Totally different.
Right, exactly. You can't untrain 10 years of diving into guys' legs to try to stop them.
Right. I did see when Tom Brady being the YouTube guy, Paul, I think his name. One Paul, I think his name's Paul. Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah, those one half of the 2 pieces of garbage.
Yeah. Right in the old goodie bag. And I thought that was funny.
Whatever. They are the perfect definition of what wrestling has become. Those two right there.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I'm just choosing not to go to Japan. No, the government of Japan made that choice for you, good sir.
Right? Once you went in that forest.
Yeah, you can try to claim that, oh, I'm just choosing not to go to Japan. Nah, you know what will happen if you do.
Yeah, you don't want to bring it up back in the media again, is what's happening.
No, exactly. It's like, we got to continue burying it because people think I'm good. No, you're not. Like, you're a deplorable human being, and a quick Google search will tell anybody that. Allegedly. Right. Aha, can't sue me now, chump.
Allegedly.
Hey, old man's a lawyer. That word allegedly carries a lot of weight.
It does. I hear that a lot in news clips and all that kind of stuff.
It's either allegedly or in my opinion.
Ah, yes.
Hey, Chris, we've been trashing the Paul brothers for a minute or so.
Yeah. Allegedly.
No, we definitely were.
Yeah.
What about alleged things?
That is true.
But
yeah, there's let's see, free agent pickups and signings. Did we talk about that? Yeah, I think we did. We got Hendrickson. Yeah. McDuffie, the Rams. Hey, what's up?
That's the problem. Like now, like the initial flurry at the beginning of the new NFL year, it always, that first week or two, it always is like mad crazy. But now we've hit the point of like water's found its own level.
Right.
You might see maybe a pickup here or there before the draft, but I think at this point we're not going to see much of anything before the draft next month.
Yeah, gonna be a little quiet, just waiting for everybody to pick up what they need.
Yeah, and you're probably going to hear the grumblings about potential draft pick swaps in the first round.
Totally. I did hear that they were trying to put a cap or something, like how many years out you can trade your picks or your rounds.
That was the stupid Browns in their pitching addition to the rule book, that you can trade draft picks up to 5 years away. So what the Browns are trying to say is that they want to be able to this year trade away draft picks for the year 2031.
They probably need it. They probably need to do something.
That's why they're doing it. Because they need to be able to leverage something, because there's just they don't have anything. They're screwed. There is no conceivable way. And here's where your guaranteed money goes wrong, kids. There is no conceivable way for the Cleveland Browns to get rid of Deshaun Watson without having at least $50 million in dead cap until the year 2028.
It's a little ways from now.
Yeah, that's still 3 seasons away. And that's the earliest they can get away with very little financial devastation to them. Suck it.
Yeah, he's on that team for a little while.
Like when I saw that contract years ago, I was shocked that any team would be that stupid. And then I remembered who the team was. And then it all made sense. And then the numbers started coming out, and it's like, what have they done? Like legit, like that was a legitimate, like, what has Cleveland done? And they just keep kicking the can down the road further and further. But they're running out of road is the only problem.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, be able to trade like 5 or 8 years down the road or whatever it is.
That's stupid. That's gonna get shot down immediately. Nobody's gonna.
I think that just put them in trouble down the road, right?
Right, exactly. Because most GMs are thinking, well, trade 5 years away. I'll probably get fired before then. Let it be somebody else's problem.
Right. With luck or however you want to put it, they'll probably be like their contending year. They just need that last final piece to be a good contender for Super Bowl next year and be able to draft somebody in that first round. And
and they already traded away the draft pick from like 2029. It's like, good job, morons. No, because I think right now you can only do it for the following year.
which makes sense. I mean, I think that's all right.
Yeah, it does, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, but I think 5 years is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that's even 3 years, I would be like, I could see 3 because other sports do that. Like I think baseball does that. I think hockey might do that. You could trade like 2-3 years down the road draft picks. Okay, like all right, 3 years, fine.
Yeah,
but 5 years is, excuse me, too much.
That's a long time because who knows what's going to happen in 3 years.
And also, what happens if the team goes under? Exactly.
Right. Like Dodgers. I keep thinking of Dodgers for something like that. You know, it's far out as they have like their Shohei in payments and all that kind of stuff. Like what's up, Aaron? And what happens? Like, I know LA's a big city, but what if 10 years down the road they like something happens and LA is
right, exactly. What if the team ownership goes bankrupt? Anything can happen,
right? And then who's supposed to be paying Shohei down the road? Then right after that, I think he'd be screwed.
Just remember Bobby Bonilla. The smartest man in baseball. Every July 1st, I think, he gets $1.13 million from the New York Mets for a season he never played in 1999, and he gets that, I think, for another 8 or 9 years.
Which is awesome, which is fantastic.
It's like...
But his contract wasn't 100 million, like, or 800 million or whatever it was for Shohei. It's just like,
wow. Like I think the Browns would be more than happy to just pay Deshaun Watson $1 million every year for the next 10, 15 years.
Oh, right.
Only problem is they can't. They guaranteed that money.
Yeah, that's guaranteed money. Christopher,
idiots. I don't feel bad for him. In fact, it makes me feel better about the Steelers' own misdealings.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the Steelers are perennial 9-8 and get knocked out of the first round in the playoffs, but my God, at least we're not Cleveland.
Yeah, Christopher Smork says Cleveland needs to be in the news for something other than the city smells. I've never been to Cleveland, so I don't know.
Having been to Cleveland many times, you're not really missing much. It's a city. I mean, legitimately, it's like any other of those cities. Like, if you don't have any sort of affiliation for like their sports team or one of their big things, like what does Cleveland have? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If you're not into that, why would you want to go to Cleveland?
Right.
Oof.
Yeah, right, Aaron. I hear you on that, but just what if something down the road? Who knows? I mean, shoot, 10 years is
that's the thing. I mean,
long his contract is supposed to be.
Lest we not forget, the owner of the Baltimore Colts literally relocated the team overnight to Indianapolis. Like legitimately, moving trucks came in the night and moved the facility from Baltimore to Indianapolis.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that was even allowed.
Well, that was when the hell did they move? Late 80s? Mid to late 80s, I think they moved, something like that.
Nice. And we talked a little bit about this, but the Bears, has there been any more news about, I haven't heard anything lately, but about them moving over to
no, I haven't heard anything else.
Border
over in the border into Indiana. Haven't heard much else other than the initial idea. I guess everything's stalled. Yeah, exactly. And actually, I think you can actually see video clips of it. The Mayflower moving vans just pulled up to the stadium in Baltimore and made off like a thief in the night.
Mid-80s. That's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts.
So
who knows?
That said, you can never say never when it comes to a professional sports franchise.
Right. Seattle's getting sold. I haven't heard of who, by who, or to who, or whatever lately. But
It's going to be one of those things. It's going to be some investment group that has like 50 people in it.
Right.
So that's how it goes. But you know what? As long as it keeps the team and keeps the team there, honestly, ownership doesn't matter.
Yeah, I just hope that the ownership cares about
the team.
The team, yeah, instead of just the numbers. There's been a lot of like the people not caring about the team and just like, oh well, that guy didn't perform, so get him out of here. And like they don't care if the player had like a off year, like after he just had a huge year or whatever. You know, sometimes players do that.
Oh, but don't forget, and this is the sad part, is professional sports are a "what have you done for me lately," thing,
right?
Especially when you go a year without contributing, they can find somebody who will, and it's like,
right?
I get it, but at the same time, I don't get it. But I think I get it a little more than I don't get it.
Yeah. Right.
March 28th, 29th, 1984. Oh, today.
Hey, yeah.
Happy moving day.
That's crazy how it just works out.
That's funny.
How many years ago was that? 84.
Maybe 42.
42 years. Wow.
Yeah. Happy 42nd moving day, Baltimore Colts.
That's nuts. That was nuts. But yeah, that's I haven't really not a whole lot of other things going on in NFL right now. Just kind of waiting and all that kind of stuff. And yeah.
Hold on, before we go, a friend of mine just sent me an article. Here's the headline. Deshaun Watson is in, quote, pole position, end quote, to be the Browns' Week 1 starter.
Deshaun Watson, huh?
Get bent. He'll play one game and then spook off for the rest of the season and collect his money because they can't do anything.
Oh, that's funny.
I hope it happens. No, a friend of mine she got into football because of me. She's like obsessed with all the random news. She just sent me that article. I'm like, oh, dude, Tim,
perfect. Perfect timing.
Especially on the heels of us just talking about that massive anchor of a contract he has with Cleveland.
Oh, right. That's funny. Well, hopefully they're able to have somebody else pick it up, and good for Cleveland, I guess.
Ain't nobody touching that. Ain't nobody touching that. Like they'll eat some big contracts, like Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz. They'll eat some big contracts, but ain't nobody touching that.
Yeah, Wilson, did he get picked back up by anybody? Is he still free, or is he still with the Giants? I thought he was a free agent.
Who?
Russell Wilson?
Russ?
Yeah.
I think he's still technically on the Giants.
Yeah, I thought he was.
Yeah, I think they might designate him for release, but I don't think he's a free agent technically.
Yeah. Put him on the bench.
The problem is he just stuck around like 2-3 years too long.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I have with Russell Wilson. Other than that,
right,
I have no issue with it.
The whole thing with Denver kind of sucked because
he got screwed.
I think he did too. I think he did. They're out for him. Well, that new coach was just
Sean Payton said out loud he did not like him.
Yep.
It's like, in all things considered, he did pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he
those
had
years
some records there for him, but not enough.
But at the end of the day, there is only one undefeated being in all the realms, and it is Father Time.
Right. Yep.
Lord Kronos will win every single time, and yeah, they are, Aaron.
Yep. Well, Jets just picked up Geno Smith. They got
because now they're hoping that he can implode the team and they'll get next year's first round draft pick.
Hey, they got that sealed in the bag right there.
Watch him turn it around just enough to get him to like 6-11.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You put him like just at like number 12.
He did
like the number 12 pick. That would be perfect.
Right. He did okay like the first couple of years at Seattle, but then like he just can't get rid of the ball. He just can't.
Well, also let's not forget, where did Geno start his NFL career?
Jets.
With the Jets.
Yeah. Yep. I have did I put this over here? Where? Oops. Let's see. Do I have it? Sorry, give me 1 second. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. There it is. Oh, autographed rookie card from Geno Smith there on the Jets.
I like the 00.
He looked as confused then as he does now.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a weird circle that's happening.
All right.
We will see.
Yeah.
We will see what the Jets decide to do, but I can tell you this: regardless of what they decide to do, it is going to be comedy laden.
Right. Yeah, and did we even talk about Aaron Rodgers? I think we did. I know we talked about him backstage, but I can't remember if we did it on the.
Yeah, no, he's still sitting in free agency land.
Yeah,
which is where he should stay. Either that or go back to Green Bay, sign the what the hell's the term for the pro forma, which is like basically the $1 1-day contract, so you could retire as that team,
right?
And
which would work out fine,
right off into the sunset.
Right, I think that's something he should probably do. That'd be
good. Yeah, honestly, right off into the sunset. Like, yeah, you had a couple bad years at the end, but you know what? You were an elite quarterback in your day.
Yeah, right.
Dolphins will be the worst team this season.
Who's their QB?
I don't know if that's necessarily a bold prediction, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Who's their QB now that Tua left?
Yes. Yes is the answer to that question.
Yes, it is. There is a QB.
Let's see. Who did they have on their team last year? Actually, more to the point.
Right.
I want Miami. I honestly don't remember who their backup was. I mean, he played a little bit, but I'm blanking on him. Oh, Jesus. That's right. I forgot. They brought in Malik Willis.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They brought in Malik Willis and then immediately traded, Jalen Waddle.
Yes, that's right. Who did they trade Waddle to? We talked about him last.
Malik Willis, who's not very good, or Quinn Ewers, who's even worse.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers, what Aaron says.
Yeah, he was the kid out of Texas that he's not real good, but he played better than Arch Manning at Texas. Let's put it that way.
Well, Manning was supposed to be the next thing. And
he is not. He is not the next anything.
Well, hopefully this upcoming year he develops a lot for him, right?
He's running out of time because this is the last year.
Yeah, I was going to say this is last year coming. It was senior year, right?
I think so. Maybe he's a redshirt year. Either way, doesn't matter. He's running out of time.
Speaking of running out of time, I think that's about it for us as well.
Yay!
Zach, what do you got? Something just dropped of yours tonight?
Oh yeah, the other beer video. What the hell was this one? I can't remember. Oh, Rupkund Lake.
Yeah,
it's about a Himalayan lake in.
Ooh, pineapple.
And you're wondering why is Zach going to talk about a lake? You'll see why.
I like your little beer and trivia, not necessarily trivia, but things to know type thing. It's kind of those are fun. I always miss the taste of the beers. Like when you're describing them, I'm like I could taste them. I could taste them. I'm like, oh, I miss this beer.
I have had such bad luck lately. Like I think 4 of the last 6 initial tries have been not good.
Yeah, I got the one where the high alcohol content was the last one I ended up catching of yours. I think it was like the 10.
Thank God that's
20%.
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah, that was the last one I ended up catching, and I need to catch up on some more. But yeah, that one seemed like that was a pretty good beer.
And that had been sitting in a cabinet for probably since I got the thing, actually. That's how it happens. I get them and then I sit them somewhere and then I forget about them.
I wish
but
I
now
had
I'm figuring
problem.
out something to do with them because if I end up moving, I don't want to carry all that crap with me.
Right? Those are heavy.
Well, it's because I was looking. I've done, I think, almost 70 episodes, and 15 times I've had to go to the backup. So I've gotten rid of over 80 beers.
Well, it's not too bad. I had 15. Yeah, that's not bad. 24%. Ooh, it's gonna be a good one.
But then it's like, it gets to the point. It's like, it's not even beer anymore because beer yeast cannot get up that high in alcohol percentage naturally. It's just not strong enough. Trust me, I worked in a beer store. I have made beer. I've talked to a lot of brewers, both, in garages and guys that ended up opening a brewery. I know what I'm talking about here.
Is that when you just call it beer flavored alcohol?
No, at that point, you start cheating and and it's essentially a fortified wine at that point because, at that point, you're using champagne yeast.
Ah, yes. I used some champagne yeast with some pineapple juice once. Oh, God, that got me sick.
And because the champagne yeast, even your basic the cheapest champagne yeast you're going to have is going to have an alcohol tolerance of, I think, at least 18%, maybe 20%.
Right, Aaron, there you go. If you have to distill it, it's not
exactly. And that's what it is because they're not actually brewing it anymore. It's a completely different process.
What is it? The Rogue Brewery, they made one that was out of the beard yeast.
I had it.
Collected in that. Yeah, that was okay. It was a little different. I felt a little. I don't know what to feel when I was drinking it, but that was interesting. Yeah. I think it was just one of those things. Just because
it was a novelty thing, and then Rogue went out of business.
Yeah, I know. I was so bummed. I was so bummed to hear that. Like, you would think that somebody as big as that would not be that far in the rears, I suppose, what you say.
But here's the problem: they focused more on the weird than actually being able to make something people liked. Because a lot of the good flavors that they made, they stopped making.
Yeah, they definitely focused on their micro. And
that's the problem. I get it because you want to be edgy, you want to be hip, but at the same time, you have to have a flagship line that people are going to continue to buy because 70% of the time, your experiments are going to go pear-shaped.
Right. Yeah, I think they only had that their one basic Rogue beer that they had. The
Dead Guy Ale.
Yeah, the Dead Guy. Yeah, that's right.
And they had a hazelnut brown ale that was really good, but they quit making that.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. That was I think that one was comparable to the Newcastle, I think, if I remember. That's been a while.
I think it was better than Newcastle because Newcastle I always felt was really thin.
Yeah, I used to love Newcastle, and then they changed their recipe, and then I didn't like it anymore. Same with Guinness. They changed the recipe, and I didn't like it anymore.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of Brits, whenever they change the recipe and move factories, they quit drinking it because it's not the same anymore.
Yeah, it's totally not the same. Yeah, Guinness from back in the day, definitely not the same. And Newcastle. I complained about it. I thought I got a sour box or sour.
They just changed everything. They moved out of Newcastle. So it wasn't even made in it's not even made in Newcastle anymore.
Yeah, so that's too bad. Yeah, because that was my favorite beer. That was my go-to, was Newcastle.
Good old Chimay. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Voodoo Ranger. Who's Voodoo Ranger? Was that New Belgium?
Yes. I think so.
I think that's New Belgium.
Yeah.
Or was that I can't. By the way, Rogue ain't here no more. That's the problem. Right. I always, when I was predicting the pop of the craft beer phase, I always said to myself, amongst the first breweries to go are going to be Rogue and Dogfish Head. And I think Dogfish Head is still around, but I think they might, because they at least have a good baseline of a lot of beers that they continue to make. Yeah. And they can experiment a little more freely. There you go. There's more to me than you know. And my 45 shirt.
Yes, I was noticing that earlier. That's awesome. I like that. Colt 45.
Works every time. On that note, kids, we'll see you next week.
next week on the Huddle or the Hobby Huddle, whichever way I remember it.
Or whatever it is, whatever we figure out. Join us for that.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching and joining in on the conversations and all that kind of good stuff. And we'll see you next week. Adios, y'all.